lucky rune, but other than that, it's like all Mushi. And what?
I think Ninja taking a lot of damage here. The time through the Hex does come out. It might be able to chase down Atau. Nice double stun. Ninja should be fine.
A pre-Hex change, that was a kill for sure, but you can no longer remove the Hex with a Banish Shield. Basic spells don't function. Actually, strongest spells don't even remove Hex. Even persists through Aeon Disc.
Very interesting change they made. I remember you didn't used to more or less keep anything. It's crazy.
I've been so sure Lion would make it back into the meta for that reason alone. Obviously, he got changed again. The stun cooldown, duration, and mana cost were all changed for the better. So it's just a great hero. Used to be abused in the laning phase, whereas now you're pretty strong. And then you get into the late game, and all of a sudden you have 6 seconds of disable. It's just crazy.
I mean, people, they kind of moved away from it because everyone thought, well, the big thing we take a Lion for is his consistent mana, right? You can't take it away from him. And clarity is a change to regen. Everyone was more interested in things like Shadow Sharp, for example, who was usually this hero who had no mana.
And this is one of the cool things in this patch right now. They zone bomb really hard. Pango's game is pretty much ruined, and then you can just run the slaughter up top where Abaddon's already doing significantly better. And one of the downsides of this patch is if you're in a position where you're 2-on-3 and the enemy offlaner has a 1-on-2 matchup, he'll almost always outperform you, especially if the dual support's as strong as Bane Slarna. You can't actually contest these heroes as two, so Nyx is forced to like run around the middle, but it's ineffective. And secrets in all 3 lanes, MINESKI's only playing 2.
Exactly, and like you said, taking that early point in the mana burn means there's no chance you go for a quick gank and just try and pressure. I mean, that just frees up Abaddon for a nicer start, I think. Well, speaking of that top lane, Yaps will come around the back with a hate now. Might try and make a move on Ninja. It's just too hard to approach this because if Gyro cuts across and you're nowhere near the creep waves, you're more or less guaranteed to die.
And this is the, like, what does Lion Nyx even do up here? You have no kill potential whatsoever.
He still doesn't have level 2. This is a very slow 2 for the Nyx Assassin.
Part of the reason I don't believe in mana burn level 1. I much prefer stun and NOOB. You actually have the ability to threaten a bit more, but if you have no kill pressure in this, you don't actually scare anybody.
And like we said, most people take a Mancas at the beginning anyway, so you lose the value of the mana burn really keeping them back.
Good point.
So the mid lane at the moment is slightly favouring Moon, but it's more that case of early on you expect that. The higher right-click damage makes it a little bit more frustrating.
That's good enough, especially considering how the game's been going. He is pressured a little bit by Nyx.
I mean, the biggest concern is definitely the Ember Spirit, who's just sitting up there. Ace having a fantastic start to this game.
Yeah. And the other cool thing about this is the denies mean so much to an Ember. Utilizes XP better than almost any hero in the game, and he's gonna just. This is part of why you want to be safe lane, because you just. It's not about gold even necessarily. It's about getting your like level 10 timing when you have max chains, max flame guard, and you're just. Look at MINESKI's lineup. You won't be able to kill him through a flame guard. It's not possible until much later into the game.
That's the great thing about having Ember in the safe lane is you don't feel the pressure to look for those kills. Like it used to be, once an Ember hit level 3, got the flame guard 2 points in, you definitely turn that into a kill. But now, because it's not reliant on you to have that tempo in the mid game, you can just farm for the lane. And so far, it just still feels like Nyx is not really having any presence at all. Like you said, that mana burn really not paying off. But Nightmare coming out, all the eyes outside, they run down, what damage done? They'll get the first blood. And they finally strike, and they strike hard. And the damage that came out just from that combo alone, and that's kind of concerning. I think this is the point now where do you pay attention to this lane, or do you just...
It's too late, that's the problem. When you let Ember Spirit, like, you abuse him in the laning phase, once you get to this point, like, you can't kill him anymore. You're going to need a 3 or 4 hero rotation, and it can't be with Flame Guard off cooldown.
I mean, we just saw it there, right? They were getting ready to... They were posturing, but as soon as they see the line, like, okay, we'll back up.
And he's going to have bots, like, 10-minute bots with an Aquila on top. Like, he's...
You think maybe get from again. Long damage on the outside side. Going the wrong way. Totally on in place. This move through the Raptor. Chasing on a Ninja Boogie. Might go for more. Nyx here to back him up. Finally has a level 2. Will start. Now the signal for the back up here. But this is damage on Jazz. Entering Moon across. Hit one. He should drop here. He has no escape this time, but maybe gets the kill on Nyx barely living there. But finally, they do rotate rotating, but they have to bring their mid across.
Yeah, exactly. It's not worth it. Just because of the way experience works around the map. You see Moon gets 250 gold. Maybe he sits bottom now, but I don't actually think he can pressure Ember once mid one TP's back in. And in the meantime, Ace free farming mid. Top, you have two heroes because both supports have to rotate down as well. So Mushi's no longer laning.
Absolutely. And I think it's this case of you can try and focus on mid one all you want, but you're freeing up the Troll Warlord, and Ace will be just a big concern in this mid game.
Yeah. Saving grace is that mid one did do quite well in the laning phase. It's to be expected. I think DP Troll's like a 70-30, 60-40 matchup, but just concerned for MINESKI because Secret Support's going to be able to make so many plays once this mid game hits. They'll be able to roach pretty much on command.
I mean, speaking about Slava, like you said, once they hit the 6, they'll be pretty good to go. Ember Spirit not exactly the fastest runner on that roach, but the Troll Warlord, you can just use him to push in while you hit the roach, and that kind of puts you in a scenario where it's not as obvious to MINESKI that the roach is occurring.
He actually didn't go for the bots. He went for a casual buckler.
He wants to dive more towers earlier on. Come on.
That is interesting. If it's a casual buckler, I mean, I'm all for it. That's the puppy special, so I'm sure that's, you know, Sensei telling you that this item is good for years and years. Eventually, someone's going to believe it.
Brainwashing. You eventually get that.
I'm just curious, like, Crimson Guard's a great item in this game, but do you really buy that on an Ember, or you keep it casual? I'm not sure. That's a bottle as well, so he may have actually bought those items while dying. I didn't actually see, but it makes sense if he lost no gold to the purchases. They're worth like 20% more.
And considering that mid one just took the bot tower, MINESKI feeling a little bit precious, so they'll push onto the top now. They do bring Moon up to this, but we just said they bring Troll Warlord to push onto the tower in the mid lane. And the mid tower is much more important than this one.
He had an arcane room though, so this is super valid exorcism. Should give him a free tower. They force him to rotate.
Here comes across Moon. Can't quite catch him on the next start, but they're looking down on the straight side. A lot better stuff. Mid one tries to through. Starting to play the maybe. Yeah, still doing a lot of damage to Moon. He can't find the path, so he has to look for kills. The fight is one of them actually get right up. Ace barely survives with his first shot. Moon gets the kill. Chasing off for more puppy. He's trying to back away here. Mushi not enough mana to pursue this further, but a fantastic fight from MINESKI, and it felt like they needed this to happen.
Yeah, they needed Secret to dive into an exorcism and a gyrocopter. There's no way that's the play you want to make here if you're Secret, especially bringing the troll up. Like that was a 5-man rotation. Yeah. They lost 3 for none.
It feels like Secret may be trying to press the advantage they got in the start on Spirit a little too hard.
That's the issue with buying these fighting items, right? As soon as you have Bottle Buckler, you're thinking, okay, I want to get involved. I don't want to just sit down, finish my bots, my core items, and play a game where I can control the tempo from ahead, but you don't want to force, especially after you shove them away from the tower. All Secret needs to do is defend objectives. Once they hit that 15-20 minute timing, they're super strong.
Absolutely, and they might want to rethink things now, because not only are you allowing Mushi to farm up pretty well, there's stacks happening in the jungle inside of MINESKI as well, so if he just sits top the net worth in the next 5 minutes, you'll just see him spot forward by 1-2 times. Moves forward, on the right side, might be able to get him here. Roll Funner coming out, full force mid one to mid wing, jabs, Invis and on his way across, Moon to pursue as well. But mid one not going to wait around, trying to get away from the front. Multiple remnants, they might turn around and look for Poppy, but he's far enough away, and they might just look to take these stacks.
It's really good movement from MINESKI. They continue to play as 3 around the map. Lots of rotations from the cores. I thought it would be Mushi getting involved, but it has been Moon. Some really nice runes this game.
Absolutely. They're just trying to delay this stacks, but I don't think you can. You have to accept you lose this, maybe look at that where mid one's just trying to drop it. But Moon looks straight forward. Moon's just going to force him out though. Mid one, he hasn't really got many remnants to work with, just the one. But Yapsel does have 6, which should allow the pressure MINESKI a little bit better now.
It's a strange game played thus far.
Yeah,
lots of movement.
It definitely feels like Secret they want to make this move, but mid one has to expend a lot of spirits just defensively. And wow, the mid lane Ace just disappears. That was the level 6 finger from Ninja.
And that's yeah, you kind of get crushed a lot. All of a sudden, every time he fingered up, he's going to die. There's really nothing Ace can do in that position, in truth.
Yeah, and these aren't very tanky calls when you think about other than Abaddon.
Yeah.
So very easy to find those kills.
Yeah, Secret's all about team fights and tempo control once they hit their core item timings. MENESKI wants to continue playing around the big cooldowns, splitting the map, find pickoffs, and just shove lanes, because they have a lot, the cores all have the potential to shove lanes very quickly. And I'm still a believer in Ice Pango, even if the panel isn't, because there's a reason this gets banned nearly every game they play.
Yeah, it's the same with Mid-1 and the Hemisphere. I feel like these are the two heroes that we pivotal in deciding the outcome of this game. And from that perspective, it's definitely going better for Mid-1, but like I said already, you expect the harder lanes to tangle at the start.
Like the panel was talking about how they were surprised there wasn't a jungler left. Oh, big rip.
Jump straight into all three spirits, so we'll be able to find the kill on the eyesight side. No response coming to the mid lane. Diving on the Atau, he can't do anything, he'll be killed. And now they'll open up a push on the mid tower.
Another arcane rune too. It's a free tower.
Fantastic value.
Yeah. And the panel was talking about how jungle left steal was expected. I agree, just because in this game there were no real tools to deal with them as long as they got their spells off. The downside of Ember in a game like this is that no matter what you itemize for, there will always be answers for you, because at any point you catch a carapace, you can be stun chained to death. Very scary for him.
They're in a little bit of trouble here. They should have a stun, but they decide not to. They're going to chase on the mid one, but he's already out. The Mushi catching up. They don't want to dive this though. They give respect to the Ember. He does put out a lot of damage now. But with the Flame Guard down, they could look to pursue. They're moving on to him now. Nyx is keeping an eye. Then dead it up. If they can get people across it, they can stick around. Mid one would be a prime kill for them. Jabs.
Radiant structures.
Waiting for Flame Guard. Maybe you open with the stun.
Ice coming in this stun. Now Ice coming through. Will hit out of the mid one. He protected someone before he opened outside. He can't move away quickly like he should die. They come around on the for more. Secret so clustered as MENESKI. Look at the stun back. They should be able to back away. Poppy. He's coming in. Cooldown's going to come out. They're trying to kill off Fart. A double kill for Moon. But they're not done. Jab for the stun. Poppy going on next. He will fall as well. And MENESKI, they're not done yet. You thought you were done for this guy. He can't get away from this. Put it on the floor. Little dive the T2 and they'll get it. Triple kill for Moon. And Ace, the sole survivor.
Unbelievable. That's why he banned Pango. He just kind of demolishes the team fight. And this is what the strength of MENESKI's lineup is. They have all these really cheap spells. They have no Death Prophet ultimate, but they knew Fadash. He used his ult TPing out of top. Still on cooldown for another 10-15 seconds. And they capitalize and kill him off. And it's just simple.
And it feels like everything that's around is simple. It's just cheap to use. And well, in the bot lane, they'll look for a more rich kill if they do find Mushi. A little past the tower.
You can't have a death like that in this sort of game, especially because now he forces both the supports to rotate. You have Finger up, Invis up, and now they're in the dead lane where the tower's already died. You're all the way at the tier 2. You don't really want to be playing this area. You want to get right into the enemy jungle and then play around those wards, which may be what they look to do next.
That's the thing, they have put these deep wards, but it feels like MENESKI, they're pressuring them too hard to get any value out of them until now. The Nightmare is actually going to come out of the Fiend's grip as well. They want this kill to jump, they're going to find the River Board, and he is all but dead. No chance of a turnaround kill. They didn't want to rush into that.
I love what Mid-1's doing as well, going for the Maelstrom build. Super strong in this game, and just I think the Ember item now just synergizes so well with this kid and what he wants to do in the game.
Yeah, Path Fury just feels too greedy. It's been unoptimal for a while now. We did see the move towards Radiance, but Maelstrom, much quicker pickup, much quicker online time. And that's what you want with Troll.
Yeah, the game nowadays has a lot more constant activity. It's necessary that you're able to contribute. Even if you don't necessarily want to, you will find opportunities presented where you can make an influence in the game if you itemize properly.
They're going to look for more kill to Mushi. He was just here. Is he going to make the same mistake? They back out. They know that's more than enough time responding. I think you're right. It's kind of this case of how often do you see a team aim for like an hour-long game? Pick something like that. Not very often.
Really good warding from Secret. They got that kill with the grip on the Nyx. They now know that they have control of the area. They placed 2 really good deep wards.
Speaking of that Nyx, he's keeping an eye on the Poppy here. Starts to come out and look at the move. They should be on fast kill. They will not be defended. The rest of his team just back out before they join him.
And this is something a lot of teams don't recognize, but often the teams ward in enemy jungles, and both teams right now want to kill the enemy safe lane tower and start playing their woods, because that's where their vision is, and that's where you can influence the most control over the map.
Absolutely.
Look for Roche to become an objective as well in the next 1 to 2 minutes, because both teams have the ability to do it if they make a move for it.
That's not the move top though. He's trying to find a kill in the spot. I guess stunned up. There'll be no escape from you. Triggers the borrowed time, but you're up on the spot. When he drops, he's going to execute the down. He will.
Jeez, 16-minute godlike streak from Moon.
He's getting out of control here. You expect this Death Prophet to have the up-down time.
Yeah.
And and not be as present as Moon has been so far.
In conversations with players behind the scenes, that most people agree that if you want to beat MINESKI, you have to just play around Moon's rotations because he's the guy that actually does stuff. And I said, I forgot this. I'm like, oh, Mushi's going to be. Mushi does not rotate. He plays his lane, he farms, and he takes like his time. All right, he's a veteran. All right, Moon is just constantly rotating no matter what he plays.
He just wants blood. He just wants screw.
And he's been impressive on everything he's played except for Invoker, which was a little underwhelming, and that's why I don't think they pick it again.
It's a hero these days anyway.
Yeah.
It just feels like Invoker is the type of hero that needs too much, but Death Prophet is just that right balance between not able to constantly pressure and have those big spikes. It's like both teams, it feels like it's a desperate scenario where they both want Roche. Secret, I think they need it right now because, like you said, these Moon rotations, it's not easy for them to jump straight onto a Death Prophet and kill off.
They made that smoke move just now, I believe, and there's a ward there that scouted it out. And this is that Roche move we were talking about, but it's risky. It's so risky.
It's so split. If they respond
that wolf's going to win them this fight, or give them the time to do the Roche.
They're actually going to catch him in mid one here. The Eels is there in the stun. Oh, he dodges it. Nicely done from mid one. Needs to be careful because he sees the rest of MINESKI coming. This might be the time to get out. They need to finish the Roche. Secret trying to do it. In the meantime, back to him. He's going to get it. He's intercepted. He's still alive. He's going to try and pick it up. The stats come down as they get to the beach grip. It does land. It's not actually going to pull that coming up. Secret's so quick. Well, let's try to stand his ground, but what can you do with no one alive? There's no point being the tank. He's going to die as well. To escape. But MINESKI, perfect timing to intercept that Roche.
So close. You see the supports booked it. I think you have to stay in and finish the Roche, and that's a perfect example of how, in this patch, sometimes it's better dying because it secures your team objective and would allow you to avoid a fight. If Ember just dies mid, they have the time to kill that Roche and get out of dodge, but he avoids it. They know for sure where they are based on the positioning of his Remnant, and team wipe.
I mean, the interesting part is he spotted them on the high ground near the entrance. He could have just held them in place with the Searing Chains, but
it's so crucial because they got the Roche kill as well. So much golden experience, and Ice just making plays. 4th in net worth on the Pango, above the Ace already.
Absolutely, and it's getting a little bit concerning now. As you said, the only one really contesting MINESKI's net worth is mid one, and there's only so much pressure you can actually pile on Ember Spirit before losing effectiveness.
The thing is, Secret can still play the lanes easily, but this is where the MINESKI Nyx comes in. And we saw when they played LGD in the major finals at DAC a few days back, Nyx was banned every game, okay? And it allows Jabs to apply so much pressure simply by staying off map. And it's so frustrating to play against the Nyx, especially on a hero like Ember. We saw this happen to HFN in this previous game where there's a bounty and a tinker always threatening him, a Doom hiding in the trees. You can't play the game you want to.
And there's also, Nyx is really good just because when you're the Flame Guard up, they can trap you, they can trick you, and then get the Spike Carapace, which leads into extra stuns.
Exactly. He's always answered. There's no, you're never safe if enemy heroes just aren't showing. And it doesn't matter what they're doing. If you don't know where they are, you can't play as aggressively as you want. And I feel like Secret, they play best when Ace and mid one feel free to they're safe, you know? And if they do go down, it's because they were either outplayed or if somebody shows up at 4 or in good positioning. But this game, like, Ace is so pressured, just he's seen him cross the river.
And you got to fear it a little bit, but look at this. Poppy needs to move away. Acroside thinking about going mid one. Nice interruption there. Should be able to move away. That's right. They're just playing reserve, having the lines, making sure they're not too clustered when they go for these engagements. And that's good. I think MINESKI, they're just going to look to lead in with jabs every time, though. And that's the real concern.
The timing for MINESKI, though. Oh my gosh. Do you have a BKB on Gyro already? Yep. What threatens him now?
And this thing, Troll's trying to go to Roll, but he's not there yet. He needs to be because Moon now pushing on the tier 2.
Arcane Rune.
This man is just finding all of them. It's like he's just holding on, waiting for an Arcane Rune to appear.
Unbelievable.
They're actually going to go straight to mid one. They need to control him up enough, but nice nightmare to save him from the damage. The Volley Shield will cover him as well. And they want to get this kill on the side. He's so tanky. The cooldown coming in. That's going to be forced back. They need to return to their base because they've already lost Puppy. Muji standing his ground will just look towards this tier 2.
And that's the one thing that no one was talking about at the start of this game. Where is Secret's team fight? What's the plan? We saw that in that top tier 1 fight. If you run into DP Gyro ultimates, you have to turn around and run until you have the BKB time in the next fight.
Speaking of them fights, Mushi gets picked off by mid one. Fantastic used to the Remnant because he bounced through.
Yeah. I feel like deja vu. MENESKI win a critical team fight.
And then
Lucy TP's bottom, dies in the dead lane, forces his teammates to respond.
Every time. Well, I mean, as good as the man is doing in terms of farm, he's just giving mid one a chance here.
Yeah, BKB too. Did he use it in that last fight?
He used it in the last fight in the mid because he pushed them all out. So that was a 10-second charge. Nah, just hold on to it, right? He just wants to make this an interesting game. Get us 30-40 minutes in, see what happens.
Appreciate it. BO1s, we want some entertainment value.
Damn right. You want back and forth. You don't just want one-sided.
It's just crazy how much of this game... It would be a close to even game had that Roche fight not gone so poorly. And that was so critical for MENESKI because Secret always have the ability to do that, and it's just that they were in that 3 to 5 second window. They had the ability to not just get the Roche, but the fight, which is huge.
And at this point, your front line is always going to be in trouble. The top line gets some fantastic stuff, but it won't make a difference. A's going to be picked off here. And I was just about to say, it's especially important for the Troll at this point in the game to have that Aegis. As we're seeing time and time again, mid one can't cover it. Roll Thunder coming out, Puffy, he's going to be caught. He needs to move the ball stun and they'll get the kill.
I love what Ice is doing with his item build this game. When you have DP Gyro, natural tanky heroes, they're going to itemize defensively. You go this Vanguard into Greaves build. Like, have a mech. Have more sustain, because if they aren't able, like, the Lion Knicks are just going to pump out stuns on the clock, like every 10 seconds. All you need to do is survive. The longer the fight goes for MENESKI, the better, because if you don't get a kill in the timing of grip, the Remnant combo, the Slaughter initiation, like, you just lose if you're Secret. They're going to go high ground.
Yep, move. It's not a matter of no respect, it's a matter of exactly that, because they feel they can at least get this tower out in Secret. They're reluctant to push into this right now. Mid-one's making his way back slowly, just trying to farm up before he returns. The Beast Grip does come out, but it's not really doing much damage again. Moon absolutely fine here. And now there's nothing to really stop going in, but Atau gets this done out. Gyro a little bit of trouble here, it's back in again though. Muji getting super low to move through for mid-one. He's got the BKB up, but he can't control Muji. He's going to look for the kill on the Moon. This is going to run out soon. They have to make this quick, so quick, the Yu's coming out the corner. Muji can try to go into the car. His BKB's ran out. Puppy, he'll be able to find the kill. It's ready to reset. The Yu's coming out. Jack looking for a kill. Nice stun of it. Ice just shredding through mid-one. He's looking for more though. He wants to come back. Hex out on the Fada, trying to control Puppy in the back, but they can't. Fada standing his ground with the product shield. Now MENESKI, they're running out of steam. They need to back up.
Ace did get the kill though. Huge streak bonus, nearly 1,000 gold for taking out Moon. Pangalier's not fair, man. 60-second gold. Did you see that ultimate? Like,
absolutely. It's just you think your fight's going great. Suddenly you're clustering for a second, and you are so hard punished.
You take that. Look at the gold change. Even though it's a 2 for 2, they're both cores. It doesn't matter. And you can see even BKB, the flat cannon, the ghosts. They're doing so much damage to mid one, even through the casual buckler. There's so much damage output from MENESKI. To win this game, Secret have to survive this mid game phase and get to the late game, because that's where their lineup really comes online.
And this is the kind of crux, right? You always feel forced to put the Photic Shield on Ember, which means your Troll Warlord is still so exposed.
Well, yeah, no BKB. And the reason that they had to let so much damage go onto that tier 3 was Min 1 was just finishing his BKB, and they needed a BKB. I love the decision, because Ace wasn't going to have his for that fight, and they lose at least tier 3, probably Rats. But because Min 1, did you see Ember BKB very often?
Not very often.
That's for BKB, but he needs it, because if they aren't able to zone them out and force them out of base, they just lose the game there.
Exactly. I mean, usually we see if an Ember needs to go defensive, it's going to be yours or Manta. BKB is the last thought in your mind, because you don't want to have to be present in the center. But in this type of game, they're forced to, because their frontliner is so ignorable. It's the Abaddon. Well, smoke up from MENESKI. They are not willing to wait around and see what Secret have in store next.
It's the right play.
Kill.
The tier 3 so low, and you don't want to wait. There's no reason to let them get another round of items. That BKB Troll totally changes and make up this game, and all of a sudden, your supports can't control any core.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. That's the difference. Secret do have that control and do have that presence on their cores, even when BKB's up. Yeah. So Ace, he's almost got the BKB, and they're wise to this. MENESKI moving bot right now. And Ace may be in a little bit of trouble. Perhaps he wants this. Ace, feeling something's not right though.
Spidey senses.
Just love it when it happens sometimes, because it really throws teams off. Like, they must have a ward around it somewhere.
They'll take it, but Secret forced to give up the map. They're going to make a smoke move. I am not sure you want to do this. They have to try to make it
Mid-one, he's actually scanned out. They know about him here. The Moon, they're waiting for something else. They might have to sell for a creep. Here they come. Smoked up just now. Secret are going to run up the Moon in a second. They break the smoke. There it is. They spot him out, and now jumps around the Moon. Elbius comes out to try and find out one, but the Fiend's grip is there. brave as well. And these BKBs, like you said, they have so much effect.
It's all Secret needed. And I believe they timed those when they saw Ice blink in. He has Greaves and Blink now. He's actually so fat. He's look at his number.
He's almost got more than a gyro.
Yeah, the problem is that with this build, all Pango is that ultimate as far as like his damage output, right?
Absolutely.
And as soon as the BKBs come out, you can ignore them completely. And the physical damage from MENESKI there isn't enough without the goat stuff. It's just not possible to actually kill these heroes, especially Vlad's Ice Ogre thanks to Helm of the Dominator from Fada. So everyone's walking around with 12 more armor.
Absolutely. In that stage, the gyro's impact really drops, and you're so reliant on the Pangolin at the moment. If you can't shift that focus and rely on the gyro in the next 10 minutes, your damage peak is gone.
And I love watching it. Something I've always stressed, whenever you're playing against a heavy physical damage threat, they don't have the burst to deal with you. If you just stack armor, nobody dies. And it's really deceptive because you think you're going to do damage, and then don't move as fast as they should. A lot of Dota is feeling, and you see some guy with 3k HP, it makes sense to you, but you don't feel the Ice Ogre's presence as much.
It's always, I think Kunku is always the lesson learned in that, right? Like, you hit creep, wow, I hit him hard. You hit the hero, it's like, well, my support. But MENESKI, they'll just have to wait around the Roche pit. Hope and Secret might turn up theirs. They are smoked and on the move right now. They have no vision over the Roche pit themselves. They'll slap down the sentries and just make sure they're safe to go. Fada, they know Jabs is here.
They know Roche is up. It's the right play. They have BKBs back up. Roche is up. You gotta make a play. This is your time.
Oh, the nightmare Jabs a little bit from the door. Come straight out of the control. And on this running, Aces wants to fight. The BKB still running means you can't really do anything move right now. Fada stands around the feature. The money kill Jabs easily bounce back. Moose trying to run away because that nice arm is starting to hurt Moody. He's trying to force them down. They will lose control Warlord. And suddenly, Secret needs to retreat. They've lost the momentum. Fada's going to die as well. It took too long.
No, it's because until the next, he's always going to turn back because the support. But you feel bad staying on Death Prophet, disc procs, then he owns himself. It's 5 seconds where you can't go after the target you need to take down. Room with the presence of mind, it might go down here, but he pops his ult anyway to ensure that they win that fight so long as he can survive, and he does. And you see the team fight. Gyro comes out, blind stuns, what do you do?
That's the concern, these peaks back and forth, because if you use those like I said, 5 seconds, effectively nothing left for you to use in the fight. And it feels like you have to target Mushi as the entry skill now.
Yep. That's the big Aegis Roche too, because Gyro DP, one gets Aegis, one gets cheese. It's pretty intuitive who would get what. And now you have 2 cores, 9 killable, DP with 2 built-in saves plus a cheese. Gyro's going to have BKB Butterfly Aegis. It's going to be really tough to take anybody down.
Secret are going to need one hell of a hold, and it feels like there's a lot of pressure again on mid-one's shoulder to make sure that does occur.
Yep.
As when you're in this type of scenario as a Troll Warlord, you can't really force yourself charging down the center.
And this Crimson Guard from Ice, it's just, there's no damage from Secret outside of these right clicks. Troll's going to be rendered useless once that's up. Like, Pango can just die. And like, that's the thing. Both of your other 2 cores have innate saves. Pango's just untargetable. He's protected in the Doom was the previous build.
Fiend's grip defense will be much harder. They're already getting ready to push in. Poppy the buyback. Ganton got to the start. Mid-1, he needs to do a lot of damage. Ace coming across as well. Mushi getting super low. They'll find the Aegis. On the back foot, the support hard defender. They'll turn around the Fiend's grip and they will find a kill on the Jabs. Can they run down Mushi here is the real question though. They don't want to tempt fate. Ice came in. It's not really. This is probably the lackluster roll fun. You gotta have at least one again.
Yeah. But you just don't have the ability to pursue. Used almost all your remnants on mid-1. And you're you can't fight into MENESKI. You need these pickoffs, bait and switch, just in and out. If you chase, we've seen this time and time again, they just get slaughtered.
Yeah, so that's the thing about MENESKI. They're pretty good at cutting. They've got the Pangolier, the gyro moves so fast, and we've seen the Death Prophet, the amount of time that she's impossible to attack. But mid-1, he's at least starting to solidify his lead at the top. I'm surprised he actually hasn't dipped behind the gyro at this point. But his farm paths have been on point so far. And the kills he keeps finding on the gyro.
Yeah, and this is the story of these 2 lineups, where you see MKB soon to be finished on Ace, a little bit away, but MENESKI's operating this entire game like an item ahead, okay? Because that's the nature of their draft and the way they need to play. But if Secret, even though they're behind in net worth, they get these next items to catch up.
True.
That's where they can start to win fights, like we saw with the BKB timings. Once we get this MKB, you can kill the gyrocopter now with just sitting on it. Like, he catches a bash and he just dies. And MINESKI really want to use this Aegis to at least crack the tier 3.
And that's the thing, you feel there's a pressure here. Like, Gyro late game, if he gets rapiers and stands on his high ground, really hard to push into. But when you're up against a Slard, you don't feel so safe anymore. Yeah. And if the troll does manage to jump on you, like you said, one bash, you're dead. And there's the smoke from MINESKI. As the pressure does seem to be showing, they will look to just accelerate their lead. But Secret are pretty stacked right now. That's the problem. Secret are not really split pushing when they can't see MINESKI.
It's a good smoke, though. They keep Pango showing bot. If you're Secret, you're going to expect them to do this, wrap around behind tier 2 bot, place a ward, but they're going to just chase, maybe look to find a pick off mid, or the Dark Ancients they have right now.
Absolutely. But looks like they go the wrong way, so they'll just stop pushing the lanes, and at the same time, ICIC has pushed in the bot, so will start to feel threatened. And I don't think Secret want to respond to this, they just want to look to trade towers.
Look at that ward. I have never seen that ward before, right? Just scouted Secret's moving up into that top area. It's in the river.
Yeah, that's a peculiar one. I mean, I guess it catches around both sides, so maybe you're looking for the wrap around the Roche pit. But there should be another tower dropping, and MINESKI, they're taking all the out of towers now, which means if Secret have one big fight that goes wrong, this could be game.
And you can see Secret fearful to leave anyone in the top lane, even with the ward to protect. They're all back into their side because they know a Nyx invis up there, one TP, a follow-up TP once the stun initiation lockdown starts. It's a blink line and an invis Nyx. Like, you actually cannot ever be safe if the enemy heroes are off map, and their entire woods right now to start.
There's always a big threat when you're up against invis heroes. Like I said, when you know where they are, you're not going to carry a gem and run sentry there. But mid one, going top on the eyesight sides, this is a hard kill to go for. Look at the damage mid one's taken. Yeah. You just can't assault Pangolier like this.
It's nice though. He's the only guy that can do anything close to that sort of pressure, and it's easy for us to think about map movement because we have no fog of war. But like, the map is actually so dark right now for Secret. Look at where they're forced to ward. One just outside of their base. They've been expecting MINESKI to go for the throat here and put right high ground. Over the last 2-3 minutes, yeah, MINESKI didn't go high ground, but they've gained their advantage by nearly 3,000 golds just because of so much map dominance. And the Bane of Puppey is just going to fall off. It's going to be so hard to cast a spell.
Speaking of high ground, MINESKI sat on theirs near the shrine, suspicious that something was going on in Secret. Once again, they blow smoke, but can they get value? Look at what's Moon, but this isn't the entry kill. Mushi, his position is perfect for this.
Lotus Orb now as well. Moon, he has so many saves for himself, and look at the sentries Puppey's been forced to buy all over the place, and he still missed the wards of MINESKI because they're in such awkward positions this game. It's always a toss-up. Do you place wards that don't give you as much vision, but they're less likely to be countered? Or do you place the really good ones that they'll find eventually?
Like you said, the Nyx having so much impact, the Secret are forced into this sentries galore tonight.
I am concerned that Pango's going to have way more impact than Secret prepped for in this game.
On mid one, Sunstar. Surprised he actually didn't back out there, but maybe making it a little bit obvious to side MINESKI that he has backup nearby.
Chase from mid one. He can't pursue it anymore. They've already lost Yaxo. Another turnaround. They're on the back foot while mid one's a little bit too deep control up by Isaac. That's find the kill. Only 2 escape on the side of Secret and Sparta. Plus Puppey. I don't think they can hold this.
That's the Crimson Guard and the Greens. That's the only reason Mushi lives there. That's the MKB troll timing. He comes out, starts running, but you can see once he drops below the threshold, they get that bonus armor regen, and Troll's just tickling him. You can't kill Mushi with these items.
They're going to lose at least 2 lanes here, possibly more, because there's no buybacks available. This may actually just end up being game. I wonder if they just go for the tier 4s, or is that a little bit too bold here? You got Slard out on the tip.
You don't have to.
You don't have to pause it. And well, they'll move forward into Boogie. Mushi arrives to be able to find that kill. And just as Yaxo gets back up, any chance of holding here is now gone again. There's another tier 3, and you'll lose the entire lane.
That's game, man.
That's game. There's no way back to this. Even when you get troll up, you have to wait for Embassy.
Yeah, it's the team fight. I mean, the 4 arcane runes certainly helped accelerate their timing, but the Roche fight, like, Secret, you can't blame the draft. You can't even necessarily blame their play. Just, this is what happens when 2 good teams play. You get wiped in the Roche pit, they get killed and Aegis. Like, they made a lot of good moves, but at a certain point, with the exception of that fight tier 1 top, they did well. But look at this.
The only one left there is Sparta. He triggers the borrowed time, but it's just an inevitability that he's going to up as well. As he comes down into his front, all of MENESKI's team waiting for him. Headed straight towards the foul, look for the kill. And the sun comes down to mid one. BKB go down the far back to front. And they find anything return. But it's just a lion. You throw all your opponents, and now they can just take the rest of your base. What's the point? Mid one in the meantime, he actually does get the kill on ice. Maybe they'll be able to hold, but the final rack is already fallen. Now that things should get out on the side of MENESKI. He yawls from jabs, he should be able to maybe move away. Yeah, spike character, if biz up and just walk out. And I mean, maybe if you save that final racks, but you just saw it. Moon just focused, didn't even try and look for the kills, just focused on the buildings.
And it's, I don't know how you come back into this if you're secret.
You haven't really got the wave, but I mean, you go for the Maelstrom Mjolnir. It's not bad the wave clear, but this is the time where like Valkyrie would have been nicer if we knew we were going to be mega creeps at 37 minutes in. I'm not really sure they have the wave clear because now their two cores are going to be forced between two lanes. You can't just leave one person in base and hold it.
Well, it's not just that. MENESKI just waits for their cooldowns and respawns. They just walk into the base as 5 with a bunch of mega creep waves, and they just kill the throne. You can't. It just comes back to lack of team fight. Secret's all in on this single target burst, and as soon as the Pango, instead of going, we've seen this really, really bad javelin build a few times on Pango. I've seen as many as 4 at once. But you got the build from Ice where he understands his role. He is the entire reason that they're winning a lot of these engagements. The one where they dove the tier 1 top, like he just stunned 4, and they're like just standing next to Mushi, he keeps his boy alive.
And now they'll just go for Roche before pushing him, and I don't think Secret can even leave their base to try and contest this.
They're really fast respawn too, and as you said, I agree completely. We have 2. I think you give the refresher orb to Mushi just because they're gonna win a fight. Yeah, you might as well get 2 BKBs because you won't need another exorcism. The game will end during the first.
Absolutely, not much of a base left for Secret to defend. They'll continue to defend nonetheless, and they no doubt know that this Roche is occurring, but they just have to accept it. I mean, is there any item they could get that could really have that big impact now? I mean, you got your BKBs, you got your maybe you could get Daedalus in time on the troll, but I mean that's just wishful thinking. So smoke up from MENESKI up, they pick up the Roche, they stick the Aegis on the Mushi, as expected.
I think Secret needs a lot more than optimism to win this game. More of a miracle.
Well, sadly he's on Liquid's side, so they'll have to settle for Ace and the rest. The Puppy, he walked out of the base and he'll pay the price. But Free could actually die here. All that stuff from Atau to Free, but how do you fill this up right now, mid one? He tries to jump it, but now Ace, he needs to run away. The BKB can enter the flash. Coming out with Ice outside, but it's just full retreat. Secret, they have to leave behind the Bandit and now follow Drift to his death because he knows they are not coming back for him. Atau wants to start, but 4 heroes like this, the moment you do, you're going to die. They don't even pop the Aegis, and now your team balls start to drop. Secret, I don't know what you can do here. It's looking so grim right now. They need to get a kill on the Moon immediately, but you can't jump in. Jump in, there it is. Stun again from Atau, but they're already focusing down on the emissary. He dies on Trip for the Moon, and now they're looking at one Ace. He gets stunned instantly. He's going to die, and GG gets pulled. As Secret, they submit to MENESKI's dominant play.
MENESKI crossed, and that looks like a lot closer to the MENESKI we saw win a major versus the one that was flamed out of the group stage. And I mean, I did a little pre-rankings before this playoff series.